Do you like women's sports? Sports across the gender spectrum? How about you're sick of men's sports? Well, that's what we're here to talk about.
On this show, we work to level the sports coverage across the gender spectrum.
Welcome to Balance Sports.
I'm Hunter.
I'm Jewelz.
Let's get into it.
And we're back.
How many weeks was it?
It was 1 week off, as y'all should have expected. June is Pride Month, so we took the week off, okay? Bye.
And it may not be the last.
Watch yourself. Do you want to share with people how your vacation was? Is that weird? How you been?
Great. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm several shades more tan.
Let me tell you something. If you didn't notice, Noelle Quinn did. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. That was putting that one in my journal. I'm going to have that quote tattooed on my back. But been great. How was your trip or not?
We're not going to get into it. I was supposed to take a flight. It was canceled. I was heartbroken. There were tears. I've moved on. Thanks for bringing it back up.
These games have been incredible.
Great segue. Yes, let's get into, this is week 4? This is week 5.
I think week 5.
This is week 5 of the WNBA.
Think of how far we've come.
Can't believe we made it.
And so many videos, so many interviews. Getting better at questions.
Yes, I would say that we're getting better at questions. Let's start with around the league. So week 5, what has happened this last weekend? Let's start there.
Let's talk about Sunday when every team played. How cool was that?
That was very, very cool. It was less cool
because
they were all at the same fucking time.
Come on.
Okay, so you and I were talking, and some people on Twitter were saying that, hey, it's not cool that all the games are playing. And then other people were chiming in, and it was like, shouldn't we be grateful? Right? Like, this is happening. And
somebody was just like, let's pick our battles.
Exactly. And there is a case to be made for that.
As well as a very strong case to be made for not playing 4 games at the same time.
It's not that, heck, I can't say it's not that hard. I don't know how scheduling works. But I don't think that you should stop complaining, because when you complain, you're also showing that you care, and you're also showing that here's how you can improve upon that. So if we don't complain as a community, then it says, oh, they like what's happening. Let's not make any adjustments.
I'm just now thinking about this, but every game started at the same time, right? Multiple time zones. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like they made an effort to schedule them at the same time. Like, at first I was like, okay, I'm trying to come from a place of grace with this scheduler. I can't imagine. I don't know how y'all schedule these things with these arena. It's not up to me. It's between y'all. That's why y'all getting paid for it. However, it does appear that all the games across multiple time zones being the same damn time, me has to wonder who planned that one.
It seems very, very intentional, and we'd like it to stop. Stop.
And y'all are very much in clear communication with the NBA. Y'all would have known that there was also a finals game happening as
Same
those
day.
games are ending. Yeah, like we were at the game and it was the first quarter was over.
Yeah, we were sitting there, live tweeting, and then it was like, I get a notification. It's like, oh, the Boston Warriors game is starting. And it was like, cool, actively watching another basketball performance. Awesome.
As basketball fans, we can't eat when not everything's on the table. There was too much on the table.
There was too much. It was a lot going on.
Over 8 on 1. So what were some games you were interested in? What were some storylines that were interesting to you this week?
That's a great question. Storylines. What would you describe as a storyline?
Phoenix has a storyline this year. For real. I would say that they have.
Okay.
It's just been like the Brittany Griner unfortunateness of starting the season that way. I don't feel like Tina Charles is like, they need her to do a lot more, and she's done an amazing job. She's on my fantasy team. Tina, keep doing what you're doing, sweetie. But it's just like they need the loss of Brittany Griner hurts, and then obviously the fight between thems who shall not be named.
They work some things out. So yeah, if that's the storyline of what's happening in Phoenix, I was very happy to see them get a win, their first win in 7 games. I don't need to say that their 2 wins were against Seattle. I don't need to, but I think I need to.
That is, yeah, you pointed that out. I thought that was pretty impressive. We had a bit of a discussion of where we thought Phoenix was in the power rankings. You have them.
I think I have to come clean about Phoenix. To me, because Diana's on the team, because Skylar Diggins-Smith is on the team, I'm like, they're fucking great. But the score don't
Lie
be saying
detector test shows.
that was a lie. If I reassess the situation, I am not putting them dead last still. I am saying that they are the second worst team. So I'm going to rank them 11th out of the 12 teams.
Okay. Not me. Not me. I still look at them and I'm like, well, you do still have these girls.
Mm-hmm.
Skylar Diggins-Smith has been hooping.
Yes.
And moving on.
You've got them ranked at the bottom.
No, I'm saying I have them much higher than you. I have New York, Indiana.
If you put Minnesota next, right? So, okay.
Yeah? Yeah,
Yes.
Minnesota, then Phoenix. That's not crazy.
I think the scores kind of say it is crazy. If I'm really being honest about who they are today, I think that only winning 3 games means that you're really, 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 really low. So you have them ranked hold on, math.
You only played 10.
And they've only won 3.
Well, the teams above them in that list have won like 4.
Which is more than 3.
But some of that I feel like is like no tea, no shade, but some of that is record. Like, I don't think that Phoenix has played Indiana twice. I'm pretty sure Minnesota has. Some of it factors into play, I think, how many like home and away games or like who they have played. Like,
sure.
The difficulty of roster. I would say if this early in the season, if you're a team that's played Las Vegas Aces twice, that is a really unfortunate top. Like 10 games, and somebody has to do that. Like that has happened with multiple teams, I'm sure already.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we're 10 games in, and the next 3 of our next 4 games are against 2 of the next 3 games are against Dallas. So you can sometimes hit a team real quick like that. Let us get Indianapolis back to back.
Other storylines you're interested in.
Around the league, let's see. I want to know what's happening in New York. I just put like question mark New York. I wasn't prepared for this rough a start.
I was going to say I feel like you're probably, and you and other people are a little bit verklempt about what's happening in New York because you were very big on Sandy Brondello. You were very excited about that. And so I'm simply I feel for you as someone who is rooting for them. Yes, no?
No, but you think I'm over here just like number one fan? No,
I'm not saying
I was
number
just
one
like,
fan.
she's new.
Oh,
was I
okay.
over here gassing New York? Really?
I felt like, and maybe I'll scrub the tapes here, but I felt like you definitely were saying, I feel like Sandy Brondello is good for New York. Was that not you? Was that like Chandra Robinson? I'm just kidding.
I feel like that could be true.
Okay.
I understand getting her and I confused. Our takes, the look, how we're paid. We are the ESPN of Tacoma, some have said.
Some have said that.
We
are some.
Who are we talking about? New York.
New York.
Trash. Okay, I think she could be good for them, and they also could just be really trying to get Aaliyah Boston. Like, Bijane Laney's been really hurt. That post player...
Mm-hmm.
Her. I think that they're like developing her and she's coming on. Stephanie Dolson's been looking a little bit better. I think Natasha Howard's like shooting percentage hasn't maybe been what they've wanted it to be. So I don't think they've gone off to the start they wanted. Sabrina Ionescu's had a nice start to the season. It
don't matter because your team's booty.
Okay. I feel that.
So also in your bottom is Indiana, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. No one's doing anything super impressive. Everyone needs to turn things around. I will say Indiana did get a win with their new coach.
Mm.
One? Just one win?
Mm.
Is
Who
that
they
accurate?
beat? Here's what I'm gonna go with. They beat the Sparks on the 27th. That was their 3rd win of the season. They've lost several since then. We're talking about like Indianapolis and Minnesota like need to do some things better. I would like to jump into the rookie conversation because I have some fun stats.
Let's do it.
Melissa Smith, would you say in conversation for Rookie of the Year?
Has to be. Absolutely.
My old school stats here. She is averaging 29 minutes a game, 12 points, 7.7 rebounds, 1.8 assists, so on. Mm-hmm. Good numbers. Mm-hmm. Emily Inksler, who was picked later, is having a really, really impactful rookie season.
She's doing things for my fantasy team. Continue.
I have enjoyed seeing her play. She comes in with like a determination. She is averaging 9 minutes less, so 20 minutes a game. She's averaging 6.8 points a game, so like right under 5 than Melissa Smith. She's averaging the same rebounds, the same assists per game. She's averaging like 0.2 more steals, and she's averaging a whole block more than Melissa Smith per game.
Are you saying that you would rank her second?
Oh, no. Okay. Not at all. And I'm not even making a conversation that she's
okay.
like a better player than Melissa Smith. I'm
Sure,
just saying like that is really great production.
She's
Like
efficient.
I think we all like expected that from Melissa Smith, and I'm making sure Emily Inkster's name ain't being forgotten in this conversation. Shakira Smith, I think, started off really hot in the rookie conversation. Not even for Rookie of the Year, just she started off doing really well. And not that she's just plateaued. It may be more like realistic that it's going to be, this is like her rookie campaign.
Yeah, agreed.
And Ryan Howard said, everyone just jump on this back here and we ride a dawn.
She said, ladies in the back. Okay, I'm here. I'm front and center.
What do you think about, I don't know if you feel this way, but Atlanta comes to town tomorrow. We haven't seen them play this year. And I personally feel like Ryan Howard to me is one of the most exciting people I'm anxious to watch all season.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see Ryan Howard up close and personal. I will say so she won a Rookie of the Month last month, which was like, duh. Who else? I'm just gonna leave it there. But towards the end of the month, I feel like teams were starting to figure her out a bit, and so I am hopeful that with a healthy Seattle Storm, that we will, put a stop to that and kind of. I don't know if she's had her welcome to the league moment, but maybe she'll have it tomorrow night, is what I'm saying.
That'd be really, and she's made some incredible blocks. She does this play where she'll like kind of drive on you, and then she does, I'm going to call it like a Dirk. Like it's to me, it's like such a harsh fadeaway, like the angle she shoots it at. It's like incredible. It just feels indefensible. I'm really, really excited. And that team just looks like a bunch of, like Nia Coffey had a double-double for them last night.
I'm very excited to see her. I hope she doesn't get completely shut down because then that won't be as exciting. But no need to go off, girl.
Pump the brakes.
We need to win.
To win too.
That's a great segue to shift over to Storm, our Storm segment. Eye of the Storm, if you will.
It's the Eye of the Storm. It's the thrill of the loss. We lost last night.
So the Storm is coming off of dos losses.
And ugly. There's ugly losses.
Okay, so Friday night, they lost by damn near 20 points to Dallas. Enrique was just throwing threes in our face.
Satu Sabali, I was like,
giving us the business.
Girls, calm it down out there.
Satu was very entertaining to watch, I will say. I am one who prefers I am more commonly entertained by athletes who are maybe a bit louder, a bit like, in your face. The Liz Cambage of it. She was not that, and I still found her to be entertaining. She just was I don't know how to really describe it but like agile. She was just like really athletic and long, and yeah, she was entertaining as she stomped us down. And then the Storm lost yet again Sunday night. And we were up by like 15 at one point.
That one made it hurt more. Like the Dallas game was like, sometimes you got to be like, dang, we got handed it tonight. The other one, we were like, oh, okay, this is how it really started. This was the team. I didn't have good juju coming in this game, and I was sitting over here like, let's see how this is going to go. I've got two different versions of this. Like first way through the first quarter, I was like, dang, we're going to pull this out. This 13-point lead we're popping tonight. Flip it and reverse it that second half. That fourth quarter was... I'm
not sure what adjustments were made, but I think at the half, we were down by 1.
I think we were up by 1.
We were up by 1. And then it just went sideways.
And we were up by 6, I think, to begin the fourth quarter. I was looking at the stats this morning. I believe maybe we were up 5 or 6. I am choosing to believe this.
What are you telling yourself?
Everything in my mind right now, I was looking at the stats. I did a piece for Winsider. Go check it out. It's my second one. I have no idea what I'm doing. And they are like really high in a lot of defensive categories, right? And their offense is just like all over the place. Like their points per game is like second or third to last. Their like field goal percentage is second or third to last. They shoot like the most threes, and they make like the second most threes in the league, but they shoot the least amount of free throws. So it's just like this. And the picture that they're painting, that I do believe, is it's just really hard to gain consistency and like an identity as a team when you have like multiple stints of all-stars missing multiple games. It's not just like a person here, but everyone else got to grow together. It was like Stewie missed 3 games. So did Epiphany Prince. Those are important players in both their roles. Then Sue and Ezzy missed it once Sue came back.
Stephanie Talbot was out.
I mean, it's just like all over the place. I think there's only 4 players on the whole roster who haven't missed a game. Mercedes is just now coming back.
Welcome back, Mercedes.
Welcome back. So happy you're here, sister.
Yeah. So we cover the Storm. We are not Storm apologists. However, this is the first time that they've had all 11 players to get all 11 players that they intended to have on this team. And so their loss, though devastating on Sunday, was like really the first time they've been the Storm that was intended to be. And so hopefully in the next 3 games, I think that will really be like, okay, who are they?
Well, where's Connecticut in the standings?
Second?
So, I mean, like, you're up on the second place team, and like, I don't think they're looking for moral victories at this point. So I don't think they're like, we had them by 13, girls. We just lost it. You know, like
we just blew that lead altogether.
Sorry, we'll get them next time. Like, you could hear Stewie. We just did the pregame. We did a practice.
We did a post-practice interview with Stewie and Jewel.
And she was like, we're anxious to get back out there. Like, they want to play, and you can feel that from them. They've said multiple times, like, we're not panicked about these things. We know that our record's bad. We know that this loss feels bad. But, like, we're really encouraged because we've kind of been 500 even
without
despite
our superstars.
Missing. Exactly, without our superstars.
Yeah. They're not making excuses. I'm excited to see them really be themselves. Who are their next 3 games? Dallas,
Atlanta, Dallas, and then they go East Coast.
Okay. What was the score? The score was 68 to 93. Okay, yeah. So the Connecticut game was 68 to 93. Jonquel Jones was entertaining.
She was very entertaining, and personally, DeWanna Bonner is one of my favorites to watch. Somebody tweeted me that she was from Auburn, Washington. Do you know this?
I didn't know that.
We'll find that out.
Welcome home.
Brian January's from nearby too.
Yeah.
Connecticut was very fun to watch. Coach mentioned it afterwards. But they are a team that they like play their 5 heavy, and they did that last night. And that sometimes I feel like hurts them later on in the season. Like, obviously no one's wishing injury on them. They would look I love Jasmine Thomas. I wish she wasn't injured for them as well. But Breanne Jones is such a force down low. They were just like eating us alive.
Dejanay Carrington
was on that team.
Don't be bitter.
I'm not bitter. I honestly I did not feel that. Maybe I just wasn't watching her play, but like I didn't.
What were her
remember no moments.
What were her numbers? Do you have it accessible? I felt like she was giving us kind of the business, and perhaps, and maybe that's just her.
The feel.
That's what I mean. It may not even be reflected in the numbers. It was being there and seeing like the looks she was giving, the fouls she was. I think maybe it was only like 1 or 2, definitely 1 foul. She just had an attitude about her.
You kind of hit the nail on the head. She was 5 for 5 from the field goals. She was 2 for 2 from threes, 12 points, 3 rebounds. That's pretty good.
Yeah, she was like She felt like she was giving us the business, but it wasn't necessarily like, oh my God, like.
That's great production off the bench. And then Breanna Jones also had 21, together 33 points off the bench. I can tell you right now, our bench didn't.
We don't need it. I'm just going to say the game before Friday night 21. With the Storm, the bench gave us 2 points.
They gave 21 last night, but that's between every other girl on our team. Their 2 players scored 33. Our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. I think we're just starting to figure out these rotations. Coach was saying that last night.
Oh man, yeah. Coach also said something very disappointing, which was that we will never see a lineup of Stewie, Mercedes Russell and Ezzy Magbagor all on the floor at the same time, which logically we understand that, but we all want to see it. We want to see all of the big girls on the field.
Let's dream together for just a moment. Dream death lineup right now. I'm being totally for serious. Okay. My dream death lineup. Gabby Williams is bringing the ball.
For the Storm.
For the Storm.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know in which scenario this would benefit us. Maybe like if we just need to lock down a team and all defense, maybe like the last minute of a game.
Okay.
And we're just like,
we're trying to protect our lead.
I don't know how these girls are at free throws, so we'll look into that later. Let me just focus on the important parts. This is who I want on the floor.
Okay.
Gabby Williams at the 1. She has brought up the ball up multiple stints. She was doing that a couple times this night. She did that for a whole season for Chicago. Don't get me started. Joel Lloyd at the 2. Stewie at the 3. Ezzy at the 4. You saw her. She hit a 3 last night.
She hit a 3.
She was practicing.
And we've seen her practice their 3. Yeah.
And Mercedes at the 5. Who is against us? Everyone. Who's for us? Me.
You. No, I love that lineup, and I would love to see that. All Storm fans are going to be like, where's Sue? Because you cannot have a lineup without...
Over there coaching next to Noelle. For real. Like, I mean...
So this is next season.
This is not a knock to Sue. This is like a defense. Like, no one's scoring on that team, I do not think. Sue's not that girl that Gabby is on defense. And everyone else is 7 foot in that lineup. And then Joel Lloyd is just so fast. And
well, then who's distributing? You're saying Gabby's distributing the ball?
Yeah.
Can she do it as well as Sue?
No.
So there we go.
This is not my offensive juggernaut lineup.
Gotcha.
If we want to go with that one, I'll come back to you for the next show.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that.
Who's your lineup on that? Do you have one?
I'd have Sue at the 1. Everything else I like. But I'm gonna have Sue on the. I'm gonna have that leadership. I'm gonna have. Sadly, yes. Just because of her ability to distribute the ball, her ability to draw a defender. I feel like I want her on the floor, and then she's gonna dish it, or she's gonna take a 3 and.
I think we will see this lineup at least once a season. I don't think we'll never not see it because you just saying that, I'm like, that's actually. I love the ability of Stewie would like to be more on the perimeter. Like she's so great. She's just so versatile. She can play anywhere. But I like the idea of her on the perimeter in that scenario and then running like a high-low. I want to see it. They have to have the stats and the numbers, and I believe them over me. There's a reason they're coaching.
Yes. Coach Quinn said that we would not likely see that. She said no. She was like, nah, I ain't going to see it.
If they're winning, she said the offensive takes a dip. And so if they're winning by 20, we don't need offense. Put a defensive team. I will be throwing this out at the next. If this doesn't make it to coach's ears, it will by the next practice.
We'll just like be tweeting it out. We tweeting.
The piece that I sent in today, I was looking at Ezzy Magbagor stats and really making an argument for most improved player.
Okay, let's hear it.
Ezzy Magbagor in 2021 averaged 15.2 minutes a game, 6.7 points, 3.8 rebounds, 0.8 assists per game.
0.8?
0.8.
So not 1.
Not even 1 assist per game.
Okay.
0.6 steals per game and 0.9 blocks.
Oh, wow. I already know.
She's averaging 2.9 blocks. She's leading the league in blocks right now.
Nice.
In Storm are number 1 in blocks per game. Stewie also gets a really great amount of blocks per game. She has increased her minutes per game, almost doubled it from 15 to 28.9. She has doubled her points almost from 6.7 to 12. And she has doubled her rebounding from 3.8 to 7. In almost every statistical category, she's doubled it, as well as like leading the league in blocks.
Now, when you made your case, was there anyone else who came close? Or was it more like,
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I did Ezzy's numbers, and I stopped. Who else is that girl? No one.
We don't know because you didn't look it up.
Y'all tell us. Comment, like, subscribe to Balance Sports, where we like our favorites, and you tell us that we're biased to Dejanay Carrington.
Okay, in case people don't know, just please educate them.
Okay. I think all these things are fine. Sometimes people just be getting big mad up on Twitter, Haney. Dejanay Carrington posted some kind of tweet that was like, I'm gonna Hunterize this right now.
Perfect. I'll be sure to put the actual thing right here.
Okay, Dejanay's words, her lips to God's ears. She goes, Storm commentators are big biased.
Hard to listen to.
It's hard to listen to. She might have said something like that. Our friend over here responded to Miss Carrington and said these commentators are hired by the Storm. They are their color commentators, just like Connecticut has color commentators that we met. They travel. Only 2 people travel. Only 2 teams in this league travel with commentators. We will talk about this another time.
We'll get on it and explain why it should be us.
So he responded back like they are hired by the Storm. They kind of are paid to be biased. In very appropriately, I think she was just like, my opinions are my opinions, which is fair. Like, you can be like, I don't like them, but like,
what do you think your commentators are saying?
It felt like she should have just been like, I think they're trash. Instead of being like, they're terrible. They root for Seattle. It's like,
Seattle's paying them to do that.
If they were ragging, I think they'd be like, hey guys, we kind of got to kick y'all off the home podcast. The fans aren't really pleasured around here.
The fans think you hate us. Could you please, color it up a bit? Yeah.
I mean, like, what would the commentators of your home team sound like? Well, another brick over here by Sue. Like, they would be rioting in the streets over here.
Seriously.
So, anyways, Dejanay. Maybe Dejanay's on the list for most improved. I clearly wasn't keeping up with her stats last night, and she was hooping.
We're just here for Azzy. Most improved.
Exactly.
So, for our last segment, we are introducing Fight Me.
Did you see that? Tell
What
me
did
you've
you
never
do?
been in a fight without telling me you've never been in a fight. I go, put 'em up. I look like I'm doing the
Merengue or something.
mariachis. Essentially, it's just like, my opinion is the best. Fight me.
Bam.
Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You
For
can.
today's episode, we are doing...
Songs that get the audience hype at sporting events.
Okay.
Fight me.
Fight me. Ooh.
I have like 3 in my mind, and there's like so many directions I can go here, and I keep thinking like, which sporting event am I at? Because that kind of factors that.
Well, I mean, it does, but then oh man, one popped in my head that I was like, I think this is like the one.
Do you have it?
We Will Rock You by Queen.
Great one. That was on my top 3 list.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I'm going to go with. I think it gets everybody hyped up. Everyone pretty much knows the words. It's pretty simple to sing along to. So yeah, Queen, We Will Rock You.
That's a great one. It does. And you feel like the game's either starting or like a pivotal moment in the game.
And you can stomp. It's great.
No. No. There's so many ways to go with this. Like, my mind wants to say, can I say what is my runner-up?
Sure. My runner-up was Who Let the Dogs Out.
Man, you're thinking of all the hits.
I feel like people really like that song in like a group setting.
It just feels goofy in a group setting. It does. It's like very jovial to join in on that one. My was going to be Sweet Caroline. I feel like it gets the crowd bumping, but it's like just feels baseball specific.
It's baseball specific, and as someone who lived in Boston, it feels very Boston specific because they be playing that song out. It is the song for the Red Sox.
Oh my gosh.
And people don't know the words. You think you do, and then like the second verse comes around, and you're like, "What are we saying?"
I'm gonna go with I think Eminem.
Yeah,
I feel like that just plays it like when
sure.
with like the hype videos played and the team's like walking out to the tip off in basketball. I feel like that comes on. It's sometimes like the background.
You better lose.
Mom's sweaty, knees weak. Mom's sweaty. This moment on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Nervous, but I'm just nervous. I turn into Nicki Minaj when I rap. I am Roman.
Oh man, yeah, that was good. That's a really good one. I think mine wins, but
yeah, I'm gonna find myself.
Like you,
I didn't fight hard enough. Okay, I like that.
That was good. That was really good.
I need more time to think of next ones.
We will definitely send a 24-hour email out.
Do you want to pick the game against Atlanta, or do we both just think Seattle's gonna win?
Let's pick.
Seattle.
Seattle. Definitely going with Seattle. Definitely going with Seattle.
Yeah, we're unbiased too.
We're very, very unbiased, and Seattle will definitely win this game.
Look, I need them to win this game because what's happening is I'm starting to believe every word that they say, and they're like, "We're not worried, we got it figured out." And I'm like, "Y'all do, girl." And then they like lost that game last night, and I was like, "Y'all do, girl. You had everyone. It was tonight." I needed it.
Saying because I'm like, who would ever be like, "Yeah, it's time to panic." You would never say it's time to panic,
especially with Dewey and Joel, and I mean, it's just like this team's gonna be fine.
You never
And
have a
like,
reason to panic, but you do need to win some games. For Balance Sports, I'm Jewelz.
I think I'm Hunter.
There we go, Hunter. Try again.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's vacation? You good?
It's great. I'm happy to be back. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you starting off the press conference how you did. I'm curious, why is it important for Seattle to speak up about issues, violence against women, speaking up during Pride Month? What is the importance for you guys as a staff to speak up on behalf of these things?
Yeah, it's important just because, basketball is what we do. It doesn't define who we are. We have a responsibility with our platform to make sure we continue to be the voice for the voiceless, to stand up for what's right in this world. And I think this organization continues to do. This league as well, we're always at the forefront of these issues and making sure we are supporting and we're rallying around the causes that really matter and really affect not only the individuals within the organizations, but our entire world. So as long as we have the opportunity and have the platform and have the ability to speak on these issues, I think we will continue to do so.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Hunter. And if there are no other questions, we will let you go, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
So good luck.
Thank you.